Hi Ingrid, how are you?
Hi, Axelle. I'm good. Thank you. And you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. So today is a bit of a special video because I love having conversations with you, and you have been my guide for more than a year, and I have really manifested this moment where I could finally bring you onto my channel because you brought me so much insight and hope and healing in this past year that I really think that your knowledge and your experience can inspire many more people. And I wanted to discuss a conversation about the individuality of health and how we can find our own ways in that. So I have three questions. I have prepared them here, and I know
Okay.
that you're also going to ask me a few and like give my personal examples and opinion on it. So let's maybe dive into the first one, which is kind of a big one, but I think that with all your knowledge as a physio and as a micro physio coach, and then with like all the holistic approaches that you have been studying as well, you can tell more about it. But I know that you have like a very wide view on health. So my
Mhm.
first question is, why is there no one size fits all approach towards healing?
Okay. It's a good question, and there is no single approach
Mm,
for everyone, and it's very simple because everybody is different. So
mm,
your body is different, your mind is different, your soul is different, your story, and that all shape your body. So if you
mm,
have a symptom, it's because there are many things to be mixed together and give the symptom. So it's very different for everybody.
mm. Yeah, yeah, and I have noticed that myself, to be honest, is that um yeah, there are a few trends that you can see either on Instagram or on social media that you should be doing this to be healthy, you should be doing that, blah, 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 blah,
Mm,
blah. And
yeah,
then many people actually find themselves in a dead end because it's not working for them. And then they do believe that they are the issue, that they have a problem. And I was there myself. I really thought that I was stuck and that no one could save me and that I would be dying with my own issues for the like and be suffering for the rest of my life, you know. Um, so yeah, I'm very glad that I found you. And do you maybe have a personal example or
yeah.
maybe share a bit of your journey in that no one size fits all approach?
Yes, of course. And it's very interesting that what you said just right now, because in our society, actually, people think because it's the good way for themselves. Yeah, I have the solution, and they want to share with everybody. And if you want to, I don't know, release your anxiety, you have to do this. And if you want to, I don't know,
Lose
release
weight.
some
Yeah.
pain, or yeah, it's this way. And to my opinion, it's very dangerous because if it's don't work for you, you think, oh my God, I'm wrong. I have a
Mm,
problem because I have no result with that. Are you agree with
yeah,
this point?
I agree. Yeah, yeah, totally. I agree. And yeah, I think that it kind of lacks of a global view of the person. And again, like what we mentioned, like everything is hyper individualized. And even if, say, I were to eat exactly the same as you
Yeah,
and exercise exactly the same and even be in the same surroundings than you, I would still have a different answer on my body and on my mind, and I would still not look the same as you and everything just because physiologically we are different and we don't have the
exactly,
same soul, we don't have the same thrive. So I
exactly,
think it's also very important about finding your own purpose and your own authenticity in that. But so that leads me to my second question, and then I will have quite a few examples on that one myself. But the second question is actually more like a practical one.
Yeah,
So it is, how can people find their own way in that journey? How can they do this?
yeah. It's a good question, and I have no answer very clear,
Mm.
because everybody is different. So if
Again,
you want to find your own way, you have to trust in yourself and you have to try different things, because if you don't try, you can't know. Are you agree with that? Yeah.
yeah, I
So,
agree.
so it's very important to be self-confident with ourselves, and trust your feelings and trust your intuitions, because ultimately your body guide you where the good ways, the good path for you. Okay. And try many tools if you want to try, of course, because if you don't want to try, no try. Okay, excuse me, that's very. On pourra couper là. Comment on dit que si t'as pas envie d'essayer, il faut pas essayer.
Yeah. Well, if you don't feel like trying, then you shouldn't do it just because it's counterintuitive. I told him. Yeah, so indeed, I think that you don't have to force yourself into getting to a certain box,
Exactly.
and it is about more following your intuition. But honestly, I also think that having a support and someone who's been there and who can guide you is huge, because without having had your support, honestly, I wouldn't be where I am right now, because I didn't have the strength. I didn't have the confidence in myself. I didn't have
Yeah.
the, like, that very serene and anchored rock.
Yeah.
And I would just be doubting myself so much in the journey that yeah, I would just self-sabotage 24/7.
Yeah. It's a good point, because uh, we all learn that the body could be deficient. Okay. And it's not true. The body is intelligent at the point. So it's very difficult to find the way just by yourself, because everybody think, oh, you have a problem, you have to heal. But you know me, and my message is, you have not your body is not deficient.
Mhm.
It's just a message. It's just an adjustment, and you have to feel, connect with yourself, and listening what's it's inside you.
Mm.
Could you share your experience about that?
Yeah, so I think that it's maybe less about connecting towards myself, which is a bit like a polemic right now, but it's more about finding my authentic self
Yeah,
again, in a way. So finding myself again instead of yeah, of hyper focusing on, like, I think that sometimes we can be in that belief of, oh, I need to listen to every single cue of my body, and oh, what is it telling right now, and then what is it telling, and that actually that also comes from fear, is that, like, you think that your body is so, again, like, uh is against you in a way, that you would have to analyze and over analyze every signal that it sends. But actually it's also about knowing what's working for you and what grounds you, and then kind of
yeah,
like um calming yourself down in that way as well, and like just being able to know what your path is, and always getting back to that, because you know that that is the proven way and you have experienced it yourself. So for example, we will get into that in the last question, but for me, hyper focusing on my physical body is not the way. I get so stuck in my head, I get anxious. So all the somatic tools that you could see on Instagram or whatever, like all the breathing and the like very like try to analyze every movement in your body and every like tension or whatever, that doesn't work for me because it
Yeah.
just makes me so hyper focused and hyper vigilant on my body that I would just be stuck in my mind that, oh, I have an issue, I have an issue, I have to fix that. um what truly has helped me more is connecting to pleasure, connecting to joy, connecting to my purpose, connecting to
Yeah.
what leads me. And yeah, like focusing on that positive as well. But I must say that I think I couldn't have concentrated on those aspects and I couldn't have had that mindset if
Yeah.
I hadn't calmed myself down with a few somatic tools before.
Mhm.
So and in that approach, I think that having you by my side and knowing what exercise would activate which deep muscle
Yeah.
or would release which organ and blah, blah, blah is
Yeah.
very, very helpful because, I mean, you can intuitively know what kind of releases you and stuff, but it is difficult to stick to that line if you are in that state of fight or flight.
Yeah.
What do you think?
You're you're right. And to answer the question, how can someone find their own path to heal? Actually, it's difficult alone because there are a lot of information on the internet and a lot of solution, magic solution. Yeah. So if you have somebody to guide you, it's better, I think, actually, uh, like you. And to find this person, trust in yourself and try. And
Mm.
if you don't feel comfortable, you change the
Yeah,
tool. Yeah.
yeah,
But I
I
think
agree.
it's good to have someone um, to help you to trust in yourself, I think.
Mm, I agree. Yeah, that is like 100% my experience. And I think that it leads to the last question as well. Like, how can one choose their own tools in an
Yeah.
ocean of modalities? What do you think about that?
Sorry, can you repeat it, please?
So, like, how can
Ah,
someone choose their own
true.
tools
Mm-hmm.
within this ocean of healing modalities that you can see on socials or whatever?
Yeah. It's a very good question, too. And I think I begin with an example.
Mm,
uh, Bracing. Everybody's heard about bracing. Take
mm,
brace. It
mm,
helps you to your anxiety. But in fact, sometimes bracing improve the anxiety. Are you agree with
mm.
that?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, totally. Yeah. Sometimes like I would be doing a breathing exercise and I would feel so much more anxious doing it. Same as yoga or whatever. I would feel so much more anxious after than before. Yeah.
That, to my opinion, to choose your tools, the first uh, advice is have fun. Have
Mm,
fun. If something gives you some pleasure, it's better. Because if you said to you, I had to do this, you have some pressure. So the anxiety improve. So no, it's wrong. It's not a good way. Um, you confirm that too or not?
I agree. I agree 100%. And also I think that bouncing back on that is that having you by my side who knows my physiology, who knows my
Yeah.
the waves in my body, who knows what energies are mainly present and to which organs that is linked. And that is very inspired by Chinese traditional medicine and their flows of energy and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so you would basically have, what is it, like six main flows in your body and
Yes.
energies basically. And so every person is obviously composed of a different mixture of these six energies. And depending on that, you don't have the same activity on certain organs and stuff. And so it's again, not the same tools that you would use for someone
Right.
who is, say, metal and air dominant, and someone who is earth and ether dominant in their ways.
Exactly. And it, why I create this way to work is because I can't play the lottery to help people, you know. There are so many tools, and if I choose like this, like this, like this, it's not a good way for me because it's like
Yeah.
lottery. I don't like lottery. Okay.
Mm,
And so I create a tools, the ITS assessment that you explained. So that helped me to understand how the body function, not the body in general, your body, my body, everybody. Okay.
mm,
So for me, it's, oh my God, yeah, it's
mm,
the way that I can choose some tools. But even if I had this, I often listening you
mm,
because you feel something inside and you can tell me, oh, I'm not very comfortable with this, so I can adjust
mm.
even if I have this assessment.
Yeah,
Is it clear?
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's clear. And I think that also in that path of trusting yourself, well, in the beginning you're very lost, but then from a certain moment you start noticing that when you tap more into what makes you feel good, then also your body or your intuition is gonna
Yeah.
um signal you when you're on the wrong path, and that you will identify those triggers so much easier. And I have like a huge example, and I gave that one on TikTok a while ago, a few weeks ago, but it was the example of a certain supplement that I was taking
Mm-hmm.
because I saw a naturopath, and she advised me to go on this supplement, which is basically pork glands, and those would trigger my hypothalamus because we are still working on managing my hormones and rebalancing them.
Yeah.
And she said that that could help me activate my hormones quicker. And alongside that, she also advised me to take a very small quantity of lithium, which apparently is very helpful for anxiety and again for like the hormonal journey and everything and like emotions and regulating those. And so I took those two for literally only 2 days. And on the first day, I already felt a bit anxious and off, but I was like, okay, well, I didn't link it to the supplements. I was like, well, I still have those days, you know.
Yeah.
On day two, honestly, my bladder, and then again, like going back to my adrenals, they were so hyperactive. I had to run to the bathroom like every hour.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I was so anxious, so in my head. And I just had that feeling that when I was thinking of that supplement, that would like create an anxiety in my chest. I was like, it's a supplement, it's a supplement. Like I
Yeah.
just knew that I was not working for my body, and that that approach was way too aggressive for me.
Yeah.
And literally I came back home after that day. I threw those two supplements in the bin. I was like, no way, I'm not gonna take those anymore. And after that, it went better. But just to give you an example is that even naturopaths that
Mm-hmm.
you trust, or your medical doctor that you trust, they can have it wrong and they don't know your body as well. We had a little problem with Zoom. Let's get
Yes.
back. So I was just explaining that even naturopaths and GPs and doctors and people who have studied Western medicine and even Eastern medicine, they don't know your answers exactly. And you should always trust your gut and trust your own feelings and sensations before anything else. And yeah, I think that a lot of people are even. taking medications for way too long for their body, and their body is like literally sending signals that it's not working for them, but just because the doctor told them, or the surgeon or whatever, that they should take those for blood pressure or whatever, like even very like serious disease, they are actually damaging their bodies way more by taking those
Yeah.
medications, because they're altering the natural homeostasis that would occur,
Yeah.
and if they were listening to their body. So yeah, I don't know what you can share about that, but that's my
Yes.
experience.
I totally agree with you, and I would like to say be careful with medication, supplements, etc. Because normally your body has inside him what he
Mm.
needs. So if you need something from the outside, be careful. Just be careful, and maybe consult another person to advise you, because it's um, dangerous in this part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, I agree. Do you have an example of something that you did, or that you took, or a practice that you had that you were recommended by someone, and that in the end was way more, um, what is
Mm.
it like, affecting your body negatively?
Yeah. Not negatively, but I never saw any amelioration, any
Mm,
effects. So um, it was Chinese herbs, but normally Chinese herbs, it's good because the
mm,
Chinese medicine is a very ancestral medicine. But I tried for many months and I saw zero.
mm,
So I
mm.
stopped.
Yeah, obviously,
Okay.
yeah.
Let me know if I have something to share. Um, but once I don't remember which product I take, but my heart was just
Mm,
like this, so I stopped it.
yeah,
Like you.
yeah.
Um, I think I have no memories right now about that.
Okay, yeah, but
but
yeah,
but I
go ahead.
saw many people, because I work with many people, of course, uh, with big problem with medication, homeopathy, or as like you. So it's frequently there are some problems with the complements or the alimentation. Oh,
Mm.
eat vegetables and fruits. That's all. Many people have problem with that, but I think we speak about that another
Oh,
time.
we should make another video
Yeah, because it's a
about
big.
food, and about, again, hyper individuality of food. And actually, that's something that I addressed in my previous interview with Gabby, a friend of mine. She is vegan, and she's
Mhm.
been vegan for 6 or 7 years, and it works so well with her body. And I was vegan for 2 years, then vegetarian for another 2 years. And honestly, it didn't work for me. It was really not beneficial for me. And yeah, again, like, I think that all our bodies are different,
Exactly.
and you can see some like health trends on social media and stuff, but that wouldn't mean that it's a health trend for you. And if you don't feel called to do it, like,
Yeah.
okay, maybe you can try, and then you see if it works out. Like I told you, when I was in Sydney, I had this
Yeah,
example. So
exactly.
I was doing back then an Ayurvedic training for a few months, and there is this treatment, a cure that you can do for a week, which is basically a diet for a week where you would only eat a certain cooked food. So I think that it was like mainly soaked oats and very digestible foods, such as like stewed fruits. And then you would have, like, I think it was kichari, so basically rice and lentils, and yeah, that's it, like in a stew or something,
Yeah.
for lunch and dinner, and you would have that for a week or so. And apparently, like, that would help flush out a lot of inflammation and yeah, like hold tension, and it would help with your digestion and everything. And so I tried it for one day,
Yeah.
and I mean, it was not that I was having side effects, it was not like negative, but I just felt that the joy of eating and the joy of preparing my food was completely gone.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to endure that actually, because I just realized that food is also in like enjoyment, and it's also something that you
Exactly.
should look forward to. And indeed, like certain foods, if you eat a certain diet, that can maybe physically affect your body positively, or even fasting or whatever. But if the brain is not following, if your mind is seeing it as something that you have to endure, then it's not working.
Exactly.
And yeah, so after one day, I was like, well, I tried for one day. I don't really like it, so I'm just gonna stop. So I
Yeah.
stopped after one day, and I have no shame saying this because I still believe in Ayurveda and in the powers of herbs and foods, and I eat a very healthy, wholesome diet. But again, I would never say no to a lunch with friends or to a dinner out, or yeah, just like finding that balance in that as well.
Yeah.
I think is huge.
Yeah. And I think we agree to make a conclusion.
Mm,
Healing is a unique path
yeah.
for everyone. And listening yourself and find somebody to guide you
Mhm.
if you can. And if you have any doubt, ask to somebody else because maybe something wrong. So are you agree with that? Or
Yeah,
yeah,
totally. I mean, I think that it's like it comes back to three pillars: trusting yourself, intuition, and an anchored person you can always refer to and who has knowledge.
yeah,
Like,
exactly. So, and
yeah.
thank you so much, Axelle, for
Thank
today.
you very much. It was
And
very interesting, and I could be talking about this for hours and hours. But we're gonna wrap here. We're gonna wrap here.
I apologize for my English, but I will improve.
It's totally okay. So I think that your knowledge and what you share is way more important than the English or like languages. And still, we just want to bring a message out there, and that's the most important thing. So thank you so much, Ingrid, and I'll see you very soon in the next one. Well,
Yeah, thank
bye,
you.
and thank you
Bye.
guys for
Bye.
watching. Thank you so much, and we see you in the next video on my channel. Bye.
Bye.